Hello guys, Ugg here. We're back, and this is gonna be the Chapter 4 trial, so hopefully we can equip some new skills. And hopefully it'll increase, our chances of not fucking up. Okay, let's begin Chapter 4 class trial. What do we have this time?
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Do we really need an explanation?
If you can figure out who done it, then only
here's
they
what I like
will
about this
receive
trial.
punishment. But if you pick
I like
the
how in the
wrong
back
one,
there's like hieroglyphics, like during the ancient days when they use those.
then
on the
I'll
back. I
punish
don't know.
everyone besides
I wonder how
the
they figure out
blackened,
what
and the
to put
one
in the
that
background
deceived
or how to
everyone
change
else will
the class
graduate.
trial room every time.
Now
Like, why is there
then,
hieroglyphics
where
this time?
to begin?
It's a bit confusing.
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya,
That long
Koko,
pause.
Or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Ina seems really sure that one of those three is a killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Make your argument. Ooh. We need to look at these accounts. We need to look at all of these accounts. Aoi, Byakuya. Wow, there's quite a bit. There's only 3 accounts, right? So Aoi, Sakura had written notes for all of them. Split it between each door. Byakuya confirmed. Never went to see her at all that day.
One of you killed Sakura.
I probably have to copy
And
one
what
of the
reason
statements.
do you have for saying so?
We'll have to see.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing?
That's low. That's about as low as you can
That
get.
makes no sense.
It was
Hated
one
her,
of
the other
you.
reason.
And what reason
The
do
only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Let me try
low.
using that. The other
That's
reason
about
you
as
have.
low as you can. It was one of you.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
What would it be?
Shoot! That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
There we go. Yeah.
No,
It's Aoi's account. That's not her only reason. It's because y'all got slid of paper under the door, right?
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to
Yeah.
meet with them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I was about to say, how do you know when she died? But it said it. I think it said it in the Monokuma file. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? I don't know, dude. Footprints in the powder. Status of Sakura's body.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
That's true. You never went.
I didn't either.
Never went.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you
Oh.
is lying.
The pocket trash.
The fact
I think the pocket trash is from Yasuhiro. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, Yasuhiro. I'm gonna have to shoot that
there's no way
statement,
that one of you
Yasuhiro.
is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Boom!
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha. That was easy.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's it's,
Well, Aoi is the only one that got the box, and the only person she gave the wrappers to or the candy to was Sakura, so...
Ever since we got into the warehouse,
pretty-
I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
It's pretty cut and dry.
So there's no way
Yasuhiro.
a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. He doesn't even know that is Hiro, when Sakura got that candy.
I got it!
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro.
Because Sakura, if she loved the candy that much, she would have told Sakura, and Sakura... Sorry. I'm talking about Sakura. If Sakura liked the candy so much, then Hina would have given her more, like half the box probably or something. Or Hina would have said something about it, right?
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office.
Her
So
voice
if
cracked.
that was the last time you saw her,
Oh,
there's
boy.
no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Yeah,
But we
Yasuhiro.
just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
Among Us.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Oh, the Toko.
At the scene of the crime, she had
Yeah.
written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat.
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime, so it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense?
Well, Hiro would be the type to put it upside down. Put it back upside down. And Sakura, I don't think Sakura would have put it upside down.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Because she's like the Japanese, you know, formal, like, oh, like she's nice, you know? Like she would notice that shit. So it must be like somebody dumb, like Yasuhiro, maybe. Well, Yasuhiro's dumb, but not
I can
dumb.
tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
But
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
Fucking
I
trash.
found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
after
I found the
investigation-
magazine tucked away on the map.
Oh, wow, this one's hard.
When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense.
No, there's definitely something wrong with what Hiro just said just now.
What I
It's
said
either the
makes
magazine
total
shelf or
sense.
this message. I think I missed it. I
can
must
tell
have
you
missed
exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
it. Yeah, that's wrong. There must be something else.
I can tell you.
when I pulled it out, I saw her find.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Maybe it's the magazine
I can
shelf.
tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I
it's
got
wrong.
it.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
I just noticed he has no, like, you see those holes on his jacket, Makoto's jacket? Like, there's no, like, where there's the ropes that you pull to make the thing shorter.
And
like
you
in the
weren't
short.
at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part.
Like,
Why
what's
does
the
it matter when I
practicality
saw
in
it?
having 2 random holes on
All
the
you
jacket?
gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left
Unless
us,
you're in, like,
and we know who the killer
A
is.
suicide
Coco.
prevention, like, constitution camp or whatever. You don't need to pull out the strings unless it's an accident. That would be unlucky, though, for the lucky student.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Well, if Sakura wrote that message, wouldn't there be blood on her shoes? The moment of truth. What? Already?
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
Uh-oh.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Ooh, I got it. Yes.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Gotcha. I don't think Hayashihiro is the killer, guys.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Do you think he would have been clever enough to figure out how to get out of the classroom without breaking the door or through that chair? I don't
Because
think
if
so,
you
guys.
look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
What? You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
Yeah, Sakura could have instantly
When I
killed you
got there,
with like one punch. If she really wanted to, but I doubt it. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help you give some energy. Gives you... oh, sure, thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
Unless the glass got shattered and it like impaled her skin, I doubt she would die from that.
I can't believe you! You're the worst!
She
I
might
hope
pass
you
out or get a
die.
concussion, but she's like buff. Like she's a top G. I don't know.
Well,
What would be the
That's what
female
happened.
version of top G?
go ahead. Roast
I don't know.
Boil me. Do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro does it? Why he picked Toko? Why the magazine was hidden? Why he picked Toko? Yeah, why would he pick Toko though?
Shoot!
Why magazine was
I
hidden?
got it.
Oh yeah, why the magazine was
That's
hidden?
true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Yeah, why would he pick Toko
By
though?
the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who would have liked. That'd be
I got it.
Toko.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
Who asked?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked
Oh my
Sakura
gosh.
with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
If that's all he
What
did,
he
then
means
where's
is
the
that
other?
Hiro isn't
You
the
know,
killer.
where's the other figurine?
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't...
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
You haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Okay. Kyoko's. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just look at this stuff.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
Wait, what does the Monokuma file say?
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Was it really from behind? Select bottom, lower the victim's head. Status of Sakura's body. Something for. There's no injury indication as to why she bumped into blood.
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Kyoko's examination. Except for 2 blows.
Yeah, just once.
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. I got it. I guess that wasn't so hard after all.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma
So who
bottles?
else attacked her?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those
Why do they
bottles.
keep saying very suspicious?
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
So where
For
did the
now,
other piece go?
just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be chess pieces. Oh yeah, chess piece. Damn, I predicted that, but it was pretty obvious. They're chess pieces. Chess. Piece. Yeah, it's piece. Yep,
Now
there
I
it is.
understand.
They all have chess pieces. And what's missing?
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess
There's
piece.
2 of them missing.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Where's the queen and the what is the other one? The horse?
And
Or
the
the knight.
piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight.
Yeah,
if
the
I
knight.
remember.
So, what's that matter?
So where's the queen?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Oh, there's the queen. She's on my screen right now. Aha! Aha!
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook,
Oh my god, that was
bishop, and pawn.
a really good
Just those
joke.
4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
You guys see those
So we only
Instagram
have
posts
evidence for 5
where like
bottles at
some
the
girl's
scene.
friends
Well, one apparently
like
went missing.
comments on their profile, yes, slay queen, even though she's like morbidly obese. I don't know about that, guys.
What does chess have to do with anything?
She's like Nika avocado, but like even heavier. But then people are like, slay, slay. Yeah, slay another pig to eat.
Yeah,
What do you mean,
Shogi is
slay?
way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was excited.
I got it!
Well, it was obviously
The bottle
broken.
must have been broken
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this?
The evidence proves it is the experiment.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because they thought that they killed Sakura too, right?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
No? There could be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle was involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it!
Because then Hiro
The
would have
bottle
solved
that was
the glass,
removed from the
right?
scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only 1 attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree? Toko. And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine.
Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come
Do you
loose.
think maybe Toko hid in the locker?
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she
Yeah.
found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. Oh no. You left mouse button in your final strike. You're gonna have to pay a little attention to your finishing blow. The proper. Select it in the same way. Non-stop debate. Q key. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Is this really halfway? There's no way, right? I guess it kinda is.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Oh, I kinda messed up a little bit there.
No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
There we go. Final strike.
That's enough!
This should prove it.
That was close. I knew it was a locker, but it's a bit slow when you're choosing the bullet.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up,
You
right?
brought the locker here, right, Makoto? And just pull out an entire locker? Yes.
Stop.
It's like a
wasting my
Doraemon
time.
punch.
Just
Couch.
tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
So yeah, it does make sense now why Yasuhiro wrote Toko.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
What?
And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If
So
you
we're gonna have
wanna
to
know
ask
more,
Genocide
you'll
Jill.
have to ask her.
Her, you mean?
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Why is she so adamant on voting?
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Why was Sakura still looking at Genocide Jill the same way?
Tell us
Unless
your
she was
story
dead
one
already.
more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... It's obvious Celeste. It's Celeste. No, it's Makoto. It's Makoto, guys.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
You can see the status of Sakura's body.
I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with a monocle.
You got it, Ice.
And where did the attack take place?
Right when I woke up, I killed her there in front of the shelf. I was just sleeping peacefully.
What? She was found dead already.
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw... So you smashed her head in with a...
You got it.
And
The
where did the
status,
attack take
Right where I
unless
woke
she
up.
moved her.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Move, obvious. Why didn't you say that you moved her then? Because she was
We
slumping in
found
the chair,
Sakura
which
sitting
is
upright
weird.
in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was attack in front of the magazine shelf.
I got
The
it!
blood stain.
Sakura was
obvious.
definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker was because I was in the locker.
I got it!
No, I'm just kidding.
Even before
Well, the
we
locker
opened
was
the door
already
to the
open.
rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
She doesn't
And-
poison them.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's the poison, guys. It's obviously got to be the poison. 'Cause yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
How do you get to the powder? I think it's down here. Yeah.
There's no other possible cause that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
So I gotta do the yellow powder.
Shot to her head.
So I know it's a poison, but what else could it be?
So you're dead set on blaming me,
Yeah, I think it might be
huh?
Monokuma File 4.
What was it? If it wasn't from Jill, what was it?
There's no other pot that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's wrong.
I got it.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles.
The only reason why blood would be coming from her mouth was if it was internal.
If that's all it
injuries.
was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of
Please
lethal
don't tell me
chemicals.
he's not gonna say where he found it and ask Makoto. That wouldn't make no sense, right?
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's section A.
I got it!
I knew it was section A,
Poison
but
was
I
actually in
guess
section A, wasn't
Makoto kind of just cut it.
Huh? But You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprits switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I guess this might be the halfway point of the game. I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips saying,
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which means that conversely, the poison must have been could it have been... What is that thing called? It's in like that shaker protein cup thing. Protein... That's protein something. Protein drink. Protein drink. Just D-R-I-N-K, yeah. Need an R. Oops. R-I-R-N. Yep.
Now I understand.
Guess that's called a protein drink.
The poison
Isn't it called a protein shaker though?
must have been poured into the
Yeah, the
protein,
protein can.
If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true.
Absolutely.
Yep,
The
absolutely.
contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene? A cup filled with water, a monochrome bottle, a protein drink.
I got it! You're saying
There's
they
no
gave
liquid
her a
in the
protein
monochrome
drink,
bottle.
right?
Because they were both smashed.
Protein drink
Like the
which
two that were
actually
smashed,
contained
so-
a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Evidence that shows who switched them has to be footprints.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf.
It
That's
shows
the evidence you're
the
talking
footprints.
about, isn't it?
We have to match them with like the shoes, right?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Show us the soles of your shoes, guys. We'll see who did it.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
I don't think it was Sakura because Sakura, or maybe, why would she switch? Yeah, why would she switch out the poison for the protein? Because if she's been going to that same exact shelf, unless she accidentally grabbed the poison, she would have noticed it was poison. So that's kind of weird.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
exactly.
It was me.
I'm just kidding.
The footprints.
I knew it.
They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was.
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
What was the motive this time? I don't think she would have had, like, a good motive. That's weird.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once, and then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Are you sure?
Didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
So you'd have to go like around in a parabola in order to get to the Section A if you wanted to leave no footprints. But if you went directly there, then there would have been footprints on the thing. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Make your argument. Substance powder, punching powder, yellow powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle.
Okay, so there's a few things. There's a broken bottle in the front of this. The powder and floor seem to come from this. Powder would have been spilled after the incident took place.
Okay, and then?
Okay.
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I switched the powders.
It's the footprints in the powder, right?
Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in. Then I took the bottle and left it. That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we
It's the
tolerate
footprints.
this?
Unless it's
First, I
not,
went
and
to
then it's
Section
like the
A,
other
and
thing.
you spilled some of the. Yeah. Okay. And I moved from Section C.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's wrong.
That makes sense. It's like I said. You'd have to, if you went directly back and forth, there wouldn't
You
be
said you went
footprints
to
like
get the
that.
poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah. What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
Well, if she didn't notice it, then why would she cover up one part? If she noticed it, why did she only cover up one part and not the other?
No, that can't be
No.
it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see.
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Is there going to be 3 tempo
Are you
things?
sure? After
bullet
all,
time battles?
you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Well, the bottle is like brown-red, right? Maroon. So the glass that's blue is like the broken
Makoto,
glass
why don't you explain
from
it?
the rec room.
Huh?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to Hina, what Tina told us.
I got it!
Section A?
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the
I
chem
guess
lab.
between section
That
A and
is what you
section
said,
C. I was trying to
right,
get back
Hina?
to like what it said before,
And yet,
but
somehow a piece of glass
Oh, we
from
only
the
went to
rec room
section A,
window
so-
made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside. If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to
Oh.
explain that.
So you're saying that the only way that that could have happened is if somebody placed the poison can after we entered the room.
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. And that's because it was on top of the glass. Unless we used a protein can to break into the room. That doesn't make any sense.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
Whoa, Byakuya is freaking out.
It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
No, that's wrong.
That was a spoon feed. Pretty easy.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Y'all know what that means.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
I don't think so.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been Sakura.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that. Oh. Oh my god, a third bullet time battle. Here we go.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already!
Oops. There we go.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
The yellow powder on her foot. Aha! Gotcha, bitch! If y'all don't know where that came from, the gotcha,
Hina,
bitch.
Did
It's
you
actually
know that
from Dave
Sakura's
Chappelle,
foot had a
guys.
certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No!
Yep.
It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. It's me, guys. I wish I could save so I can go back and I could choose somebody. Okay. Sakura.
Here's my answer.
It's Sakura herself.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Why would Hina do that though?
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Yup. Oh, so she's dead. Sakura's been killed.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
Damn, Makoto.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Obviously, yes.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument begin. Let's see, so y'all got the... Sakura wants to talk to Hira and one other person. Byakuya, right there. Toko got to the rec room early and hid somewhere. Where did she hide? She hid in the locker. She hid right there. And then... she got out of the locker right here. Right? But then I need to go back here. I got Act 2, Act 3 is right here. What was in the Monokuma bottle that hit Sakura? It was the rook. Right? And then what, right here. What did Hiro do to try to cover up the murder that he thought he created? He wrote Toko. Next. What did she do? She put it back. Let's see, she put it back upside down. She fainted, but then she got back up, and then she grabbed a bottle, and then she hit Sakura with that, wait. Did I put down the right one, or no? Because this right here, oh yeah, that was the right one. Okay. She grabbed it, and she hit her with the queen. Next, what actually killed her was this right here. She took that and then she drank it. There's something on the floors near Sakura's body which someone grabbed. Is this when she picked it up or no? I don't think so. I think that it has to be this, right? She picked this up. Right? And then she... What was it? They switched with the bottle with poison. She took this out. There has to be the only explanation for that. That should be correct. When did she pick up that paper though? I don't really remember that. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, okay. The very beginning. Let's
Here's
reenact.
exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others.
Tokyo.
She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
I put the wrong one. Okay, so it must be when she went out right here. That was a wrong one. And then the right one is right here. And then this one's the right one, right here. There we go. That should be correct.
What happened.
Right?
Well, she got there
Yeah, okay.
and she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
Oh, that was some good timing.
It
I
was
like
the
that one.
poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
Why would she do that though?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to, how were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Well, he's not that. Well, he's an affluent prodigy, the ultimate one, right?
See?
So he's not
Didn't
really
I tell you?
cut out for exactly doing this.
When you
know?
dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
I both feel bad for Byakuya, but I don't at the same time, you know? I think everybody feels that way. It was kind of deserved for him. You got 120 coins, 123 coins. Nice.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the
Or will you make the
dreadfully
dreadfully
wrong
wrong
one?
choice?
What's it gonna be?
Why is he, like, depressed for some reason? It's a bit weird. I mean, I guess he doesn't really have anybody to execute this time because the person that killed Sakura is Sakura herself, so... Yep. Of course it's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you
And
thinking?
why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should
I
have been
couldn't
the
let her
one
be
to
the only
die.
one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? She even made Genocide Jill stutter. We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. So serious, that's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand, though let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just wanting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't
my closest
forgive
friend got
this.
hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are all gonna kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just wanted to talk to them.
But,
To talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you, once, even you,
Hina,
please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just wanting to be killed, waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to... That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein shake. She asked for it. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura.
Please. Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. Hina, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. Oops. I could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right now when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say?
Hmm.
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I knew what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
The suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But he already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one.
It's
This is the one
true.
Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... Lie to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. Just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well
I
now, well
can't
now,
help it
well
if you-
now, well now.
Totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
Damn it! Pung, pung! Phew! Shing!
And
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But
hey!
you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know?
enough
Could you
already.
get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see
You
me.
see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sakura. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Oh, Sakura. That's sad.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have killed anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand while I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
I didn't understand how she felt, not at all. Thought we were close, and still.
What are you gonna do?
uh-oh.
In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her, and nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one who needed to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want? Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me
There's
repeat
no point in
myself.
participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all
And
clear.
that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come out of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
What?
You're not gonna...
But
Is it me? Oh,
Wrong!
heavens no. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule?
Listen
But I
up!
spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yahoo!
I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got!
Who are they gonna
It's
punish?
Punishment
Uh-oh.
time!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alter ego. Uh-oh. No way. Excavator destroyer. They killed Alter Ego. Damn. It turned into a ball. Wow. Oh my gosh. You.
Oh no!
Phew!
So, but still, I'm gonna do
Oh my gosh. And then he died. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally, no, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the very start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed.
Very nice.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the delucent tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like to tell you and the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What's a clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Yeah! Too bad.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you somebody you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys.
That's the whole point, stupid, is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note.
Huh? Too bad.
What?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not gonna just lay it down and die. I will fight you. No matter what, and that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay it down and die? She'll fight you? Oh, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. And you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You.
Who?
Hey,
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying to the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's totally not unheard of.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Monokuma is gone.
But...
So, what do we do now?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, let's get out of here. Hina must still feel responsible.
Not possible. Stop talking.
Sorry.
No, 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 no! Huh?
What did you say?
What the heck?
I see.
No, 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 no!
I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope Speak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up to us. So that trial was basically, it was both useless and not useless. Sakura kind of gave us a hint, but Kyoko figured it out before in the last class trial. So yeah, quite a bit happened, I guess.
As such, soon the door. Okay.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Ooh, Kyoko.
Yes, it's me.
What you doing here? What you gonna do?
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake.
It's true.
Wait, but my door, it was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. Well, what time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? How was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Oops, I accidentally clicked on the metal plates. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask.
So,
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "The data center on the 4th floor." What?
goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center, but I thought it was locked. What did she find there? I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird, she said she'd meet me. Is she maybe already inside? Put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force. It didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this? Damn it!
Oh well, I just...
Hey!
I can see that. Don't waste any time telling me crap, I can see it for myself.
Unbelievable.
Looked like you might break into any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you trying to tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
What were you doing out here making a racket?
You guys?
It's true. Hey. Shall we go?
Why would she tell us to go to the data center? That's a bit weird. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happens to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point in all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
What?
Watch out for her.
How'd you find that out? Chapter 4. All-Star Apologies. The end. Surviving students. 6, 7? To be continued. You gotta say that every time. You received the... Oh, that's fucked up. The Ultra Lump. Okay guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for today. I'll see y'all next time.